Hey y'all, happy Wolfpack Wednesday. Today, we have a little discussion. So I need your help. Here's the thing. Also, I hope you don't mind me putting together this snack card as we're talking. The topic today is crowdfunding previews. And the problem that I'm trying to fix is specific to my channel because I don't want my videos to be formulaic. That's like the furthest away from my mission, and it's always been that way. I always try to do things different, and this time it's not more so the production because it will always be there, but more so the content of the previews going forward. So for crowdfunding previews, everyone has like this standardized format, and again, I'm not bashing on anybody that does this, but it's just a general consensus that when you click on a preview, it's going to be the same exact expectation and deliverance. And that is, we all start off, myself included, we usually all start off with, this is the game, this is the theme, this is the story behind the game, here's how it generally plays, zero opinions attached, right? And I think formula going forward, the fact that everyone always does that, makes it so that way previews, and it's been shown statistically too on my channel, previews, like the rate that people are clicking on previews just drops. And I get that because A, usually people want to click on a game that they can order and have right away. I totally understand that. B, once you understand a game from like one creator to another creator, it's like you're kind of just watching the same thing, right? And I feel like for me, that's an issue because I definitely want my content to be interesting and something that you can always go back and watch for fun. And I'm talking about the previews alone without the commercial attached, because sometimes publishers will book me for a commercial and a preview, but more often than not, it will be specifically for the crowdfunding preview. Tell your audience what the game is about. So here are some ideas and where you all come in. I have some really fun ideas about how to make my crowdfunding previews. And this is probably gonna take place around like November, December. I filmed a couple going into September, October already. So they'll be generally the same. And it's not that they're stale. I still put my 100%, 110% effort into it for the past Tim that filmed those videos. But I'm talking about how to change the content going forward and have some really, really fun ideas for it. So the idea is right away, right when you get into a preview video, it's gonna be in like the middle of the game. So it's not a playthrough per se, but it'll be like me and Bonds, and we're halfway through the game already. And that's when usually like a lot of games tend to shine. So I want to focus in on like our conversation, like our real conversation as we are actually playing through the game halfway through. The concept here is that I don't want to be telling you information, more so I want to like show and at least make it way more entertaining. That way you're taking in information without really knowing. So it's not like I'm trying to trick you all, but more so it's the presentation of how the content goes about. So when we film a preview and we're already in the playthrough portion of it, we're already talking through our turns, and then you learn how the game works by us just playing the game. So again, what I was thinking was we start off right in the middle of a playthrough and we go through like one round or maybe 2 rounds of the game, depending on the complexity of the game, right? We go through like 1 to 2 rounds of the game, and then as we're talking through our turns, you learn exactly how the game is being played. That way, A, you get to see prime examples of how the game's like. B, we're not telling you information. We're not telling you step 1 is we're going to bring all of our meeples back. Step 2 is this. Like instead of just depositing information into you, we're more so showing you examples of how it's being played and talking through our turns. And C, it's like a bite-sized playthrough. So you don't get the full 30, 45, 1 hour gameplay, but more so a short snippet. That way you know exactly what to expect. So yeah, I know what I'm talking about isn't necessarily new information. I know a ton of channels have played around with this idea overall, but what I think will be new is the way I'm gonna be filming it and the way I'm planning to present this, because I really like having a lot of formats of my videos under 10 minutes because I feel like that's the perfect timing and pacing of everything. I'm not going on a rant about everything. It's not getting too technical. And at the same time, you're getting information across. And I also have a lot more fun editing those kind of videos too. So let's summarize all this real quick because I know my thoughts are all over the place. bottom line, question that I'm trying to answer today is how can I make in terms of like on my channel, how can I make my crowdfunding previews better? One way I think I can address that is by really bringing you all into this little snippet of a playthrough video by diving straight into like halfway through the game, like we're halfway through a playthrough, and instead of talking at you, we're kind of talking with you. I can see the way I'm editing this and the way we're filming this in that it's gonna be way more interactive. Like I wanna be asking you all questions as we're playing through our turns. And at the same time, we'll have both of us breaking down our turns and our decision-making process as we're playing through the game. I think it'll be really fun because it feels less structured. It's a little more chaotic because we're actually playing through the game instead of telling you about the game. And at the same time, it won't be like long and dragged out with a lot of interactive dialogue. So with that said, I would love to hear what all of your thoughts are. If you are looking into a crowdfunding game, whether it's Kickstarter, GameFound, wherever, if you're looking to a crowdfunding game and you're watching through these preview videos, what's the number one thing that you're looking for? Or what's something that you want to see? Now, I do want to preface this that we're not going to be providing our opinions still because these will still be sponsored segments. So just keep that in mind in terms of like what you do want to see. But like everything else is completely up for grabs. Let me know what you all want to see in a future pre-video going forward. Is there a specific format? Are there questions that you're always asking yourself from campaign to campaign, something that you wish content creators would cover? I would love to know your thoughts in the comments below. And on top of that, I do have one more question for you. And that is, what do you think the best title for a segment like this would be? Because honestly, board game preview is the most boringest title. And I know too that you all think that way too because I see the stats and our click-through rate for blank preview usually just shoots downwards. So I feel like we can come up with a more creative title, and I would love to hear your thoughts about what kind of title would you click on. So the question is, if a brand new game is coming onto crowdfunding, which one of these would you click on? Or again, I'm open to suggestions if you have them. Let's say the game is, I think on top of my head, Suburbia broken down in 10 minutes, or how does Suburbia work? Or like, let's play a sample round of Suburbia. Gameplay example of Suburbia. How does Suburbia actually play? Suburbia breakdown, what you need to know. I feel like that one, I think I'm leaning towards that one the most. But again, let me know what you think about the best title in the comments below and how this overall format sounds to you, because I would love to hear your thoughts. But before we go, let me show you the game plan, literally the game plan for the upcoming weekend. I think I'm actually a child. Krabby Patties. I guarantee you, people always make fun of me of like these random snacks, and guess what? They're always gone. They're always like the first one's gone. Look, Krabby Patties, why'd you get Krabby Patties, Tim? And all of a sudden, it's in everyone's hands playing Lords of Hellas, so. We have sour strips, M&Ms, and some chocolate up top, some pop chips. We also have some of the fruit snacks and fruit roll-ups, and I guess healthier, not really, the healthier fruit strips over there, which are literally never touched. The Krabby Patties and the fruit roll-ups on this row. We have the pandas and Yan Yans over here. And then lastly, we have some chips. I also have like a bunch of big bag chips that I'll bring here, but there's a lot of clutter, so I try to avoid that. And then some Ritz cheese crackers. And then in the fridge, which it needs to be filled up in a bit, we just have water, some energy drinks, Gatorade, ginger ale, Capri Sun, and then my friend brought over some Yoo-hoo chocolate, not chocolate milk, I guess, chocolate drink. So I still have some of that left over from last time. And yeah, in terms of the games, I'm definitely gonna get, like this right here, Queen of Midnight, that's getting played this weekend. Also have Lords of Ragnarok, which I'm hoping we get played too, and Castles of Burgundy. I feel like those are like the big three for the weekend that I definitely want to learn and play. But what I'm also gonna do is I'm gonna trick my gaming group into starting with a primer because I do wanna cover some of these games. So maybe we'll play some Deep Dive, and the Great American Race. We'll do some of like the lighter games to start off the game day, and then we'll dive into Lords of Ragnarok and some heavy games. I'm also wondering if I should get like Lisboa played, or Nemesis, or Great Wall, because I know I've been promising those reviews, but those haven't gone filled out just yet. So, but anyways, y'all, thank you all so much for hanging out with me on today's random vlog, Random Wolfpack Wednesday. I'm excited to hear all your thoughts about the crowdfunding discussion we had, and I can't wait to dive into some games that we're gonna play for fun this weekend. So that's gonna be a really fun time, and I can't wait to talk about it during either the monthly wrap-ups or like the mini reviews. I'm probably gonna do like, I think going forward, I'm also gonna do 5 board game mini reviews because I don't wanna spend a bunch of time filming these games when they either are like a miss or maybe not as big of enough of a title that I want to like spend a week filming, you know, each individual one. So maybe I'll do some mini reviews going forward. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you all in the next one.